Cats review. 2020 was God's way of punishing mankind for this godforsaken movie. It's not a movie and it's not a musical because no one in Cats can act or sing properly. My favorite thing about this movie is watching the faces of actors fall out of sync with their CGI bodies. The CGI in this movie is so terrible, I'm considering a life with the Amish. Viewer beware, not as innocent as it seems. I just streamed Cats to watch with my 9 and 11-year-old boys, as well as my husband. After about 10 minutes of scantily clad female cats dancing around provocatively, I demanded my boys leave the room and go watch their tablet pads instead. After seeing the rest of the movie, I went to ask my boys what they thought of what they had just seen. Little did I know, my 9-year-old Jeremiah, please don't put your children's name on social media, described a feeling none other than sexual arousal. We had to sit him down for the talk with the youth pastor after that. If my mother had tried to take me to the youth pastor for the talk, that would have scarred me for life. I think I probably would have ran away from home. Horrible. The cats are just too sexy, it seems. Although, if we had seen the trailer, I think we would have passed on showing that to our boys until they were much older. It seems as if Cats was meant to be an adult film. I am disappointed and appalled that the rating on this film is not at least R. Let me come in close. Let me tell you something. I watched the movie all the way through. I may have had a couple of drinks. Nothing about that movie was arousing. So I was just like, that is the last thing I felt. Also, don't you people check ratings and trailers and stuff before you watch a movie? I look at the rating of every movie before I watch it. This is not what Melania wanted when she said be best. 5 stars, holy shit. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think at some point, people will realize that this is a great movie. We aren't used to seeing ballet in a musical. Some of the CGI is not great, but the dance is beautiful and it's a brave telling of the story. Sick of studios interfering with directors' true artistic vision. Just more evidence that Hollywood refuses to take risks anymore. Hashtag release the butthole cut. I fell for it too. I thought this guy was actually being an asshole. Do you think God stays in heaven because he fears what he created? I'm just glad I eventually woke up from this 2-hour-long fever dream. Now I pretend it never happened. Made my skin crawl. It was so incredibly sexual. I wanted to tear my eyes out, cry, and vomit at the same time. What movie did you guys watch? There was nothing arousing about that movie. I am so confused. The magical essence of this movie is one of the best, rarest, and different things we ever see. Is amazing could see something out of the boring same industry. Congratulations. Horrifying. Children will be mentally scarred. I'm 30, I was mentally scarred. The cats were very creepy looking, and it didn't say the name of most of the cats. Idris Elba had a 6-pack, which is not very cat-like. And all the characters are very forgettable. Wouldn't recommend. You didn't seem to forget Idris Elba's 6-pack. Spoiler alert, let's see if this one actually is gonna spoil anything in the movie. I really hope so. Spoiler alert. Oh, this movie sucks. I'd have rather smelled your fart. I'd have rather had monkeys throw poop. I have to leave. Just because of Taylor Swift, the film was good, and the credit solely goes to her. Listen to me, okay? I like Taylor Swift too. I like her. She did not save that movie. Nothing could have saved that movie. This is the worst musical film ever, but still not seen it. But I won't watch that awful film. It's bad for you, so don't watch this movie. It's terrible for all of you. This is the one time I will allow it. You can review this movie without having seen it. We all know. The worst. This movie was terrible. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. So like, 1 being the best, it's a 10. Super scary, and that wasn't on purpose. No, it was not. I understand that, actually. What I really enjoy, though, is that this title contains violence and scariness, I guess, sexy stuff, language, I think there was a little bit, but drinking, drugs, and smoking. I think they drink milk at one point. You're wrong. This movie is great. No, you're wrong. This movie is a disgusting war crime. It really is a awful mistake. Ignore the film and go fuck yourself if you found any enjoyment in this cinematic train wreck. I don't even know if I would call it cinematic. Can't wait to see what other horror movies Tom Hooper has planned for the future. I can't believe I let my children see this. Don't punish the movie with your 1-star rating because you failed as a parent. I mean, the movie deserves it, but you would just have the wrong intentions. After finishing this movie, my kids would not go to sleep for 3 days. They kept on saying they were worried that our family cat, Whiskey... You named your cat Whiskey? Whiskey would attack them if they fell asleep. That's actually, I mean, that's a legitimate fear. Cats would do that. I myself was disturbed greatly that someone actually thought this was a good idea. I also would like to point out that some parts of the movie were not properly edited, creating some revealing scenes that was not appropriate for my 7-year-old and 4-year-old. Do not let your children watch this movie. Again, do you guys not read like the ratings on movies before you watch them? I don't like to objectively say that anything is bad or good because all art is subjective, except Cats. Cats was objectively bad. At no point in the 2 hours of movie did I think, yeah, this is something redeeming. Nothing redeeming about the film whatsoever. I don't have a cat, but you know, here's my dog Charlie. He wants to say hi. Say hi, buddy. If you guys have any other games, movies, TV shows you want to see me do a review of, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya! See ya, guys!